And we're live. Hi everyone, this is Amateur Gamer, and now we're returning to the 5 Vox Populi, continue with the A to Z nation playthrough as Denmark. And I have to say that at this point of the game, I am considering the idea of winning this. Now, one of the things is I made plenty of mistakes early on. I was in a position to probably reform first, but I decided to enhance. And the thing is, right now, the enhancements aren't even that good. So at the start, I should have kept spreading my religion, reform, get the reformation I want, and that will actually help me in some big ways. And of course, there are a few other things that are really frustrating to deal with. For example, let's see, how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, one of the things I don't like is that right now, because of the changes to harbors, let's see, well, seaports as well, but mostly when you look at it, you have harbors +2 supply, and does Runestone even give supply? I actually don't know. Because the lighthouse does. Say here. Increases military supply in a cap by water in Renaissance era. I actually have no idea. Dealing with era. Colonel. I just don't know if gives. But anyway, there are a couple of things that's just really frustrating. I have quite a bit of supply, but I can't seem to fix my gold issue. It seems like the only way is... How am I losing even more gold? I'm so confused. I mean, I don't quite have the happiness. I mean, war weariness is taking a big toll. And I don't know how England is having positive war score. Like, we just traded this a couple of times. I mean, yes, I lost a few units, but... Okay, so a few things to gripe about. Or at least my way of justifying. First, I'm stuck in this gold situation, which I just have no way of fixing very easily. Yeah, this is not even making a dent. Like, I feel I'm playing something wrong because it seems like... I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of this only get 1 happiness per 10 citizens. That's a lot. And plus, I don't even have the... don't have the happiness to... Luxuries, natural wonder, and my religion gives no happiness. I mean, in the end, it was a poor choice, but even then, started screw profit. So yeah, I made a lot of questionable decisions. I will admit that, and I also don't like the new change. I mean, the new change really nerfed the Inca because their slingers are garbage. Like, they're 1 range for crying out loud. You don't want those guys to go next to an enemy city, so I don't like that change. I also don't like the extra supply from lighthouses and harbors. I don't even know if I got any for those. And farming 10% created by the city. I mean, eventually I would be so currently with my deficit, like it will require a lot to overcome it. And even in the situation where I overcome it eventually, the problem is Arabia is just running away with it. Okay, actually they're not quite running away with it. But the problem is right now there's Arabia and the Celts. And they're both in, like, I'm in no position to challenge both of them. I can only fight one or the other. And fighting Arabia, I would definitely need cruisers and ironclad. Cruisers, ironclad, Gatling gun. I'll probably need riflemen. Just take this city. And then there's also the gruesome push onto them. And plus, I don't know, Denmark, maybe I'm just not playing them right, or like overall they feel fairly weak. Like their other unique building, man, how much better is it? I feel like it's not that much better. So 2 production and gold from farms, 10% food, requires 2 horses. Okay, at the very least you don't need horses. You get 2 food production. Wait, the other was 2 production and gold. You get more food from nearby farms and pastures. Okay, so more food from farms and pastures. That's 1 food too. Like that's the thing. You have all of this food, but you can't use it. Like right now, the stress is not a problem. I guess later on it might be. Yeah, right now that doesn't feel like a problem I'm facing. And it helps you build buildings a bit faster. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, yeah, I guess it can help, but my overall production is not that good. Farming process more effective at converting and reducing the stress. Honestly, you wouldn't go farming. Yeah, overall, I mean, it's okay. And you get 5 food, 3 gold, and 3 production. As opposed to just 5 food. I mean, it's just that it's pretty late. And I feel like what I'm lacking is a lot of things, actually. Science. I don't know how I'm gonna catch up because 10 texts is a lot. And plus, I don't see Germany being able to really challenge. And the crazy thing is how ahead Arabia is. Like, with freedom, Arabia will only get more ahead. Like, honestly, I feel like 3rd and 4th unique component, this really buffs, like, really buffs Arabia. Because, at least for the AI, because they're gonna have a lot of citizens, or at least a fair amount. 1, 31, 21, 21. And this replaces, yeah, university. I was like, wait, what? It replaces, no, yeah. Replaces university. And then you get science for faith, which they are going to use, especially since, like, if they go for Reformation. And you also gain faith and culture whenever you expand great people. Well, I guess that's a small amount, right? 5 at this moment. Let's see, medieval's 10, Renaissance 15, 20. Okay, Yeah, that's not a lot. But the important thing is, if you look at their capital, they are in a very strong position. Because they, like each time they purchase, yeah, I feel Arabia doesn't need a buff, but third and fourth unique component really makes them that much stronger. I mean, I guess that's the thing I don't like about third and fourth unique component, is that it really unbalances things. Like, really unbalances things. Like, maybe you don't notice it as much on lower, like Emperor. Yeah, they could snowball, but not as hard as here. Like right now they're just pulling ahead, and I'm like, there's not much I can do. I'm struggling to get policies. Like, I can't even build wonders. I guess that's one thing I kind of don't like about, like, how you can, like, I kind of wish wonder costs were more expensive. Like, for example, if you hover over a wonder, um, let's hover over this. I kind of wish there's a bigger increase metric, right? Instead of 25, 15, 10, I would prefer if wonders, at least my ideal idea is wonders are more powerful, but you also get less. Like, you shouldn't be able to grab 12 wonders easily. Like wonders should be an investment. You have to pick and choose, but I guess with AI they don't quite know what's the best one to pick, but I mean there are lots of things. And plus here, like I'm mostly bogged down with Austria, and England is giving me problems. I'm trying to fix my gold issue. I mean, I can't even, like, all of 30, 32. Like, infer is actually not bad. 8, 24, 26, 25. For example, if I want to annex this, I still don't fix my gold issue. And if I use my faith, go for courthouse, I guess I can handle the happiness, but in terms of my, yeah, mostly it's just that the income. Like, if I have numbers, I can at least I feel I can win against Arabia. At least take one of their cities and use that to push further ahead, to push onto their. But the problem is, because I'm so behind, he's already in modern era. I feel like a land push is just extremely difficult. And if he's always going to stay like 10 techs ahead of me, he's going to have artillery and stuff. And it's just not going to be pretty. And plus, the attempt for scholar in residence was failed, so that definitely makes it tough. Yeah, overall, I feel like I've been fighting. I mean, I guess eventually, like if I get far enough. But the problem is, it's gonna take me so long before I get my ideology. I feel like the ideal one is probably order. Because what happens is, like, I will admit, my poor play has gotten me to this position. Yeah, minus 20% building maintenance modifier would actually be huge. Poverty. Actually, the problem is mostly like I don't have that many. I just don't have enough happiness. Very surprising. I don't have a lot of sources of happiness. I have a lot of like, -1 happiness from poverty or whatever. But I don't have a lot of actual happiness. Does order make some changes? Man, I remember this one. Not that one. I remember one. Yeah, +2 happiness from public schools. I mean, honestly, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, a few things I could have improved was religion, reform first. Don't worry about enhancement. Actually, enhancement is not that urgent now that the enhancers aren't that strong anymore. But yeah, overall, it felt like I've been playing catch up this whole time. It takes. When this city has like crazy amounts of science. 26 on buildings, 33 from specialists, 8 from religion. Wait, what was his religion? Oh, +1 science for every 2. Oh, yeah, those start adding up. And then he has a reformation that only makes his capital stronger. His other follower makes specialists even better. And plus, the other thing is, I'm not sure how England would fare. Like, if England could beat Arabia, then I don't think I could beat England. Right? That's the problem. Like, Arabia and the Celts are in a really strong position, and I can only take on one of them. I don't think I have enough to take on the other. And plus, Edinburgh is not even coastal. Some of these cities are so vulnerable to assaults. Yeah, overall, I feel like I made too many mistakes early game, not capitalizing on them, and that only started to. I feel like with Austria, maybe at the time I should have kept pushing and just wiped her out. Because as proven later, I mean, they all hated me. So I think at the time I should have just wiped them out. Wipe out the Inca so I don't have to worry about this. I mean, part of the problem is this is a really large front. And the other thing is, I don't like the fact that city combat strength is lowered. Like 40. For example, let's say a frigate. This is a city with castle. Yeah, overall I feel like cities are just weaker. Like less combat strength. Like the extra HP isn't helping the fact that you're doing more damage. But the thing is, if your enemy is more ahead, coal. And the other thing is, I don't have a lot of coal. Which is very concerning. Because I need coal for like train stations. I mean, there's a lot of questionable decisions. But overall, I think I should have wiped them out. I mean, ideally, I attack fast enough so that by the time I meet them, I would have wiped out Austria and the Incans. I mean, part of the issue is I started with 6 cities, and I got more, and yeah, it didn't help. The costs are just became ridiculous. I mean, yes, there has been a lot of questionable. Wow, look at all of that. 100. Like, my capital doesn't even come close. Yeah, no. Yeah, my cities are underdeveloped. I'm struggling with gold issues. I can't build up to my full capacity. I'm struggling against England. I mean, eventually, once England pieces out, then I can strike at Austria. I don't know how the AI gets so much income. That's the thing, right? Their bonuses makes it so that, I mean, from what I've seen on, at least on the forums, is that if you play very well early game, you'll have no problems later on. I mean, part of my issue is probably not getting. I'm actually curious. Okay, let's. Of course, the game is gonna start lagging more and more because there'll be more units. Neuschwanstein. Yeah, see, nobody is stopping Arabia, and Arabia is now 11 techs ahead. And I know what I was showing was the exploit. I mean, overall, I feel Denmark is weak in third and fourth opponent. Wait, that actually has. Maybe. I mean, yeah, it's a really frustrating thing to do, dealing with all of these deficits. And right now, that's the thing, right? Like, these corvettes can do a hefty amount of damage. Yeah, he has riflemen. I don't know how I'm supposed to fight Arabia at all. I feel like I made too many mistakes. I fell way behind. Like, ideally. Wait, you're kidding. They have combustion and replaceable parts. They're gonna have artillery soon. Artillery and machine guns. Yeah, no. There's just no chance. I mean, overall, I feel like Denmark just lacked the tool. And Arabia doesn't need the buff they're getting. Like, Madrasa just makes them so much more powerful. 2 culture, 2 faith, and 3 science. Compared to 3 science you get, yeah, that's. And they are only gonna get stronger. They're gonna snowball. No chance. I mean, England is pretty scary too because England just ate up all of Babylon. That's big. I mean, not all of Babylon. One was taken by the Celts. The other was taken by England. Now, is there a chance for them to take these? I'm actually not sure. Maybe? But yeah, like I said, I made too many mistakes early on, and there was just no way for me to catch up. And at this point, like, who do I target? I can't fight Arabia until much later, but Arabia is only gonna get stronger because getting wonders, getting more great people will only make capital stronger and stronger. The Celts are doing pretty well as well, and you know, let's say, hypothetically, if I do extremely well and defeat Arabia, what's stopping the Celts? I mean, that's the thing, right? Celts versus Germany. One of them will come out ahead. And whoever comes out ahead is going to be even more dangerous than Arabia because they're further away, much tougher to. Yeah, too many mistakes were made. It's all my fault. But anyways, I'm going to end the video here. I'll also end my attempt with Denmark. I'm not having a good time with Denmark. I don't know. Something about their kit just doesn't feel that good. I mean, maybe it's because I play 3rd and 4th Union component. But I mean, even if Arabia isn't snowballing, just look at the Celts. Actually, I'm not even on par with Germany and England. I mean, yes, a big part is my own mistake. Like, I haven't been doing as well as I should. But at the same time, there's also the fact that we have some really strong, like England, if she doesn't fall early on, she can keep up and like unless she get attacked by all of her neighbors, she generally does well because she could keep up in tech. Now, not sure. Anyway, there's very little chance of me recovering from this. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you everyone for watching. Honestly, I don't like the February 9th versions because there are some changes that are really like there are so many things that are changing all the time. It's really tough figuring out a strategy, at least for someone like me who isn't that good, who's still trying to learn Immortal, because it seems like every beta patch there seems to be some significant changes. The last one, City Bombardment, was so dangerous that you're like, wow, it's so easy to defend. And now cities are much more vulnerable. Like if you clear out the units, I feel like as a whole, cities generally fall faster. And of course, there's also like the fact that I'm struggling to get my gold figured out. Yeah, lots of issues on my end. Like I'm not blaming anyone else. I know personally that I haven't been playing very well. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you everyone for watching. I might wait for the next beta patch before I do Egypt. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you have a good one.